Hey guys, welcome back to the Aspect of Gaming podcast. We're up to number 5. It's June 2014 now. Cheers for coming along and joining us today. We are having a little interview with one of the greatest StarCraft 2 players of all time now of New Zealand. He's now gone over to the Root Gaming House in California, I believe it was, he told me before. And but before we move on to that, and before we say hi to him and introduce him and everything, I'm just going to introduce who's joining us from the APoG crew this month. So we've got Kia, our event support manager, known as Crash Ghost. What's up, man?
What's happening?
What's up? Indeed. And then Matt, our Dunedin team leader, known as Waylio, but now going as Smite.
Hello there.
You sure you're not going to get that confused with the game?
Yeah, that was
Just
the problem.
maybe,
But,
you know.
oh well.
It's going to MOBA this up here. Yeah, that's going to screw me over anyway. But welcome, Petraeus, and happy birthday! And he's gone!
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, no, there he is.
No, I'm back. Yeah, it was just 1 minute ago, actually, over here in California.
Hey!
So if you come back to New Zealand, you can drink alcohol. You can buy your own alcohol.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kia, Matt, happy birthday song. Break it down for me.
It's
3,
going to be completely
2,
on time, though.
Oh,
1.
God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We're getting it here. And Petraeus. There we go. That was the happy birthday song by the APoG crew. Anyway, we're going to dive straight into questions. Again, love the oranges, but that's going to come up a little bit later. Straight into questions for now. The first one is from Kathy, who asked it over on the podcast Facebook event page, and she just wants to know who are you and what do you do. It's sort of the question I ask everyone at the beginning of every podcast, and it's great that she sort of asked that. She doesn't know what's going on, but yeah, who are you and what do you do? What got you here?
All right. Yeah, my name's Mack Smith. I go by Petraeus. It's my gamer name, and I'm a professional StarCraft player. That was living in New Zealand until recently, where I moved to the Root House. Root is a gaming team, so they have a house in California, which I've been staying in for 6 months. I'm competing in American events, so yeah, that's pretty much my story.
It's just so epic. Yeah, are you actually originally from New Zealand?
Yeah, I was born and lived there for 16 or whatever years.
Happy birthday!
Whoa! See, that just happened. He's gonna get. I told you you'd be assaulted by your gaming house crew. I told you it happened.
That was my manager, Cats. Sorry about that.
Cats is there. Oh my god.
Oh, Cats.
Yeah.
Oh, now Matt's just going crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm totally fanboying.
So you really kind of heavily got into competitive gaming, and when you're 15, is that right? And you went to a few lands.
Yep. Yeah, it was 2000, maybe late 2011, but definitely early 2012. I went to my first LAN in Auckland. I can't remember exactly what it was called. I think it was
Orkamageddon.
StarCraft's tournament. No, it was at a local internet cafe. It was like there was an organization called StarCraft Tournaments New Zealand or something, which stopped shortly after. But yeah, I went to my first tournament there, lost to Jazzbass, and came third, I want to say.
Wow.
And I was only masters back then, so I wasn't like very good. But yeah, so there wasn't a lot of competition, so I did pretty well and motivated me to play more, I guess. And yeah, I did.
Sweet. So when you, because you were also part of a Australian group as well, but you're still based in New Zealand. The move to California was huge, right? When you're 17 years old, leave high school, head to the States to competitively game, and effectively, it's work, it's a career, right? How did the family take that? I mean, that's something like for a lot of us pretty different.
Yeah, it was like my parents have always like supported me and whatever kind of interests I have, and in terms of StarCraft and esports, it was definitely a long time coming. like it wasn't out of the blue. I want to leave school and play games full time. I think even if they weren't like aware exactly of my intentions before I made it clear to them, they definitely had an idea that it was a possibility, and so yeah, they were very supportive when I made the decision, and yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
And so, how often do you head back to the land of the long white cloud?
Well, yeah, I've only been here 6 months, so I haven't been back at all, and yeah,
Yep.
like I would like to, but flights are so much, especially from somewhere as far away as the States,
Mm.
that going back is too much of a commitment in terms of money
Yep.
to just go back for a visit, basically. So until like I start making a lot of money from esports, which I'm not now, then going back to New Zealand is not really an option.
Yeah, completely committed to the future. I saw a few of your games in the latest MLG, and I was like, wow, Kiwi at MLG. That was just sick, man. There were some fun games too.
Yeah.
Like they were really, really exciting how it was going down. We actually
Yeah,
showed
I
them
wish
at our
that,
latest event.
Yeah, I heard that. That's awesome. I wish I'd got on the stage more, but I mean, it was at least I got one main stage game in, and that was my first MOG. So yeah.
Big deal, man. First ever New Zealander.
It's an incredibly exciting thing. We actually got a couple of spot questions coming in from people over in the chat. One of them has somebody dressed up in an orange suit, so we're going to leave that for the last question that Kia wants to figure out what's going on with the oranges. But to Pocketclips just quickly wants to know, in your opinion, Petraeus, who are the strongest players for each respective race at the moment that you'd feel like? Who are the strongest players that you feel for each respective race globally?
Apart from you, Fazog.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. I don't really like answering. I'll answer it, but I don't really feel like I can answer this properly because I don't watch a whole lot of I guess Korean. 1 second. What are you doing? Yeah, sorry, Cat's just messing with my computer. Yeah, I don't watch too many Korean games, so I don't really keep up with who's the best. But I mean, any combination of like Maru, I guess, or Flash or Byung, Veteran, Teju, and then for Protoss, there's like SOS, and Partin. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch more, I'm sure. Zerg, probably Sulky. Sue's doing well recently, I think. Yeah, so, like, any top Koreans that are doing well in GSL could be easily the best.
Yeah, are you feeling like at the
But I
moment there's
understand.
Sorry, yeah. Are you feeling like there's a stronger race at the moment? Like for a while, you see the whole influx of Zerg and Wings of Liberty, and it was huge. You just had the top tiers. It was all just Zerg, 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 Zerg. Do you feel like it's changed in Out of the Swarm?
There have definitely been like phases of strength for different races. I'd say in particular, Terran was like super strong. Like when Hellbats were really good, and then Widow Mines were really good. Kind of in the first few months of Heart of the Swarm. But after that, and especially now, no, I feel like it's pretty even.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely happy with the state of it.
Yeah. What race do you hate personally the most? Do you find boring, or do you find more of a threat?
No. I like them all in their own ways. yeah, I don't think there are a lot of issues with the game at the moment. And I would only really find a race like annoying if I had an issue with the balance of it, I think. Yeah, I think when you play the game so much, then if you have a problem with a race and it's not down to balance, then you just fix it yourself. So there's not as many complaints as I would say beginners have.
Oh yeah. As a Wood League player, I think yeah, as a Wood League player, I find every race a struggle.
Yeah.
I just enjoy mucking around with all the new changes and Heart of the Swarm. I find the units quite fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So, quick question from me. What unit do you find, one, most fun to actually play around with and, gameplay-wise, what's the coolest unit to use? And two, what unit do you aesthetically like the most? Which unit is the coolest looking or prettiest? It's pretty hard to call in Zerg, but, best looking unit.
Yeah, okay. I guess the unit I like to use the most, I guess, would probably be the Viper, I suppose. I mean, it's going to be a spellcaster, and it's probably going to be a Zerg one since I play that race. So I guess out of the Infestor and the Viper, I prefer the Viper. Yeah, it's in its nature to be a fun unit to use, and yeah, we'll go with that. As for the best looking, yeah, as you said, it's probably not going to be a Zerg unit.
I mean, it doesn't have to be the prettiest.
Yeah.
Be just your favorite looking one.
It couldn't be. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So you're still dominating C as well. I have a look at and doing quite well there. You're seeing some talent coming up that you'd be interested to play more against?
No, I feel like most of the competition in C is dogs, if you will. Like I don't know. It's like I'm a pretty skeptical person, so I'm probably not going to be the first one to like point out an up and comer. But yeah, right now I don't feel like there are any, or there is going to be in the near future.
Shot's pretty much called.
I feel like yeah. So I don't know. Like there's still Igers, King Kong, Pig. Those are the main guys. So that, yeah, they always make the C tournaments, challenging, not a free win. But aside from that, yeah, I don't know. It just, obviously, I'm putting in a lot more time than most people, so the gap only gets bigger. So even though I did, like, lose to a lot of people or like have problems playing them in the past, I feel like that's gone easier and it will only get even easier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now before Kier takes over this podcast by fanboying and asking him all of his favourite questions, I like how you're trying to do. You just want the nose. We're going to jump into a few more of the questions that were asked on the Facebook podcast page, just so we can get through those and make sure the guys that were dedicated and went and asked them just jumped in and we'll get some fan service going. But Andrew just quickly asks, how did you get so handsome? I don't know, he's looking for beauty tips or something. Who knows? What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that. That's,
speechless.
That feels like a Moonglade question.
Little bit Moonglade. But on a more
Yeah.
serious note, anyway, Matt's just wanted to know: was there a single moment when you were just like, "Well, I've made it as a pro SC2 player, as an esports player in general"?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not for an esports, like, in terms of just playing competitively in esports, it was more of a gradual climb. But in terms of making it, in the sense of, like, full-time professional gamer, or whatever you want to call it, it was probably just when I got asked to join Root, I would say. Because up until then, it was kind of up in the air in terms of how I would go about doing what I wanted to do. But yeah, that was definitely a good moment and a moment of relief, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I gotta say, those feelings gotta be pretty damn big. Getting into a gaming house is it's just a dream for so many of us. I was telling you about that before. It's just a big dream, and seeing that fulfilled. I mean,
Yep.
how long did it take from being told that you'd been accepted into Root or being asked into Root to actually moving into the gaming house? Was that quite a big period, or?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was less than 2 months, almost.
That's pretty quick.
I kind of. Yeah, it was quick. I mean, it came down to. Obviously, I wanted to go straight away, but it came down to me finishing the year of school that I was in, which was my second to last year of high school. So, I don't know, I was asked around, like, maybe September-ish, and then I finished end of November, and yeah, right after that, I just flew over to California.
Nice.
Nice.
Now I'm probably going to skip over the how many girls have you kissed question from Alicia, because that's just, come on, Alicia,
Yeah.
you know it's too high to count.
Yeah, I think we can skip over any of Alicia's questions.
She wants to know the real stuff, the real you. But Esmeralda over on the question page just asked, she's got a pretty intense and an interesting question actually, but I'm sure it's got a simple answer. Of all the games, what made you want to pursue StarCraft? Was it just a love for it, or was there something else there?
I don't know exactly. Like, in terms of just choosing StarCraft, in the first place, it was, my options were already fairly limited because of, I had a MacBook computer,
Ooh.
and sadly there aren't many games that'll work on a Mac. So, yeah, upon getting this, I didn't have a whole lot of choices, and StarCraft was definitely one of the better ones. So, yeah, after putting a whole lot of time into that, I was already kind of hooked. I don't know exactly what kept me there. I definitely liked the competitive aspect, as well as I've just been always into strategy games rather than any other genre of game. Something about it appeals to me, I guess. And yeah, I just got really into it really fast.
You need to get sponsored by Apple. That's, come on. I've never heard of another pro gamer. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got to GM on the C server just on the MacBook.
Wow.
Which, yeah, it was like every game you would start like 5 seconds later than the other person because like the MacBook would always lag at the end of the load screen. So yeah, it was a tough time, but
So what
obviously I eventually upgraded and then things became a lot easier with that. But yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm open to a Mac sponsorship.
So winning that MSI laptop was freaking awesome, was it? From ages and ages ago.
I mean, I already had a pretty sick desktop at that point. Yeah, but it was nice.
So the match against Stefano, I mean, that was a pretty awesome experience to go against Stefano. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so. I actually played him at ESWC 2012, which was in France.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like even more awesome then. And I got completely destroyed. So yeah, having to go at a rematch at Lone Star Clash was yeah, definitely something that I wanted to do. And yeah, I don't know. I'm glad. I would have preferred to win, obviously, but I think if you're gonna lose, you might as well lose in spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
So that was.
So,
Yeah.
one of your matches, was it the admin said something? It's something that I've heard. The admin said if the game lasts 2 hours, it'll be a draw.
Yeah, I think it was actually, yeah, I kept saying in chat that, okay, a little bit of backstory for people that aren't really sure. The Swarm host, is like a really turtly unit which just produces endless waves of units. So when you have two players both building swarm hosts, it just ends up in ridiculously long games. So yeah, until they changed the game recently to stop that. But yeah, so I said that the game was never gonna end basically because I would just go into my main and then draw out a tie or just an endless game, which was what I believed. I believed that would happen. Turns out it didn't. Turns out there is actually a way to slowly end it.
So you learned a new tactic. You learned a new tactic out of it, though.
Yeah. So the admin did say there was gonna be a draw at 2 hours, but then I believe, from what I've heard, a Blizzard employee messaged them saying there is actually a way to end the game. So then they kind of went back on that, and there was a whole lot of drama about that.
Wow.
Which I was completely cool with the decision because I think it's fair enough that if there is a way to end the game, then he should be given the win. But yeah, I think there's a whole lot of unnecessary drama, and yeah, obviously the game itself got a whole lot of attention.
Yeah, it was all over the forums. It was actually quite awesome.
So really, really simple question from me, but it could have a complicated answer. Why Zerg?
Yeah, it was. I think it's pretty simple answer. It was just when I first was introduced to the game by my friend. We just played a few games at a local internet cafe, and I think he was playing Zerg at the time. So me and my other friends had no idea what to do, so we just played Zerg so he could explain it to us.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to do something on our own. And yeah, I just always knew more about it than the other races, so I guess that's why I stuck to it.
For the glory of the swarm, come on.
Yeah, okay, sure. Something.
Sure.
I don't regret the choice.
Yeah, you wouldn't,
Choice
eh?
was made to you by someone else.
Everyone in New Zealand is Zerg right now. It's crazy. They're all just fanboys.
Well,
Yeah, there's always been a lot of Zerg dominance in the C scene. Yeah. I don't know why.
so how do you feel about StarCraft as a competitive game and sport? It's definitely declining a lot in popularity compared to other games that have come out like League of Legends, Dota 2, and other competitive esports. Even Hearthstone's getting more popular than it now. What do you think about that? Does it sadden you a little bit? It saddens me.
dead game. No, I wouldn't say it's declining. I would say it's just kind of getting overshadowed
Yeah.
by other games that climbing a lot. But no, it doesn't sadden me. Like, obviously, I would like to play in a live game as opposed to a dead one. But I can't really help that I like to play this game. I'm certainly not going to switch over just because of the money. It's definitely not that simple. So all I can do is just keep working hard at this one, and hopefully it'll end up in a better place than it is right now. But I don't think it's doomsday, or it's going to be doomsday in the near future for sure.
Oh no, predicting the doomsday. What do you think you'd do if the servers did shut off for StarCraft 2? It's a really frightening thought, but it's an interesting discussion, really.
One for
I don't
years
know.
and years away.
I think I phrased that sentence wrong. I don't think there will be like a doomsday like in the next few years.
Yeah.
But if there was, I don't know. Let's hope I could see it coming in time
Yeah, hell yeah.
to do something.
Now, Lenny has a question. I mean, you were recently competing at MLG 2014. We watched a bunch of your matches. It was really cool. But she was just wondering specifically, what are your highlights from MLG Anaheim and just the matches that you had and who you were going up against?
Yeah, so I was already seeded into pool play, which is like the stage after the open bracket, which most people play in. So yeah, having already qualified for it, it made it a lot easier. So in terms of like highlights, none really from day one. I didn't play very well at all day one. Day two, I managed to win 2 series. I bet Puck 2-0 and Scarlet 2-1. So the Scarlet series was definitely like the highlight of the weekend for sure.
That's huge.
Geoffrey's such an amazing player. Just unreal.
Yeah, especially like considering how far she went the day after. Yeah, that definitely felt good. Yeah, other than that, I played Ragnarok and I lost 1-2, and I got destroyed by Hyun, and destroyed by Seed. I mean, there were a bunch of good Koreans, so I didn't really have the greatest chance in the world. But yeah, I was happy with how I did.
Would you consider
And-
moving to
yeah.
Korea to get that level up again?
Ooh.
No, I don't think it's no, like even if the opportunity was there, which I don't know that it is or could be, it'd definitely be a hard move, and a hard scene to break into. But also, I don't think I would improve faster there than I would say here or anywhere else. Partly mostly because the language barrier, but also because I don't think there is much difference in the practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just believe Koreans they put a lot more into it than most people. Or most non-Koreans. So yeah, I would rather move to a place with more tournaments and more exposure, because I don't necessarily think the practice is going to be better there, and the tournaments certainly aren't. There's a lot more competition there.
Yep.
Yeah, very true. Now just this is just gotta jump up there very soon. Kier's got a quick question for you to find out the story about the oranges, haven't you, Kier?
Yeah, man. Like I keep seeing it on your bio. Like, what's this thing with? I mean, obviously your photos got oranges. I really quite keen. I haven't heard the story, and I just want to know why you have this fondness for oranges, and what from what country oranges do you prefer? Serious question.
Okay,
Serious.
so oranges. Let's talk oranges.
Oh, it's getting serious.
I don't know. It was like basically what I do with oranges is apart from them being my Skype picture, I just take an orange to every event and kind of have it there. And me and I guys both do this. And the idea is that you just have it sitting near you as kind of a talisman thing. And if you win the tournament, you're allowed to eat it, skin and all. And if you lose the tournament, you just have to throw it out. Kind of not allowed to taste it.
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh my god!
Hear the
that's
sadness
so cruel.
hear the sadness in his voice
Yeah.
as he talks
Allowed
about
to
not
taste
eating it.
it.
Yeah,
At least-
so I'm pretty sure it came from Miles, who was on the Frenetic Array StarCraft 2 team that I used to be on, the Australian team. Yeah, I don't know exactly where he got the idea, but it kind of stuck. And yeah,
Do you
I don't
enjoy
know.
the skin? Do you enjoy eating the skin? It's
Yeah, I can't eat
I
the
mean
skin.
it's better.
What's
Yeah,
that?
you're not meant to. I wouldn't if I was just eating an orange normally, but it's kind of part of the ritual, I guess.
Yeah, true. You probably are the
Yeah, but
first
then
pro
that's
player that I
sweet.
know of that eats their talismans. I mean, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I want to see you at the next NRG, the next major tournament coming through. And when you win, I want to see you jump up and just go crazy and just eat the crap out of that orange.
Just wolf this orange,
Yeah,
just
I
splattered.
hope to
Yeah.
do that one day. Yeah.
And just go nuts with it. And, you know, and as soon as you're on that main stage and you win, that's what you're going to do. And that's,
Yep.
you're going to be
Bring
so
out
well
the
done.
orange.
Oh, heck yeah. And of course, you're living in California. They have fantastic oranges in California.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, I haven't really noticed much of a difference, but sure.
Oh well, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be WCS, and instead of him just consuming the orange on stage, and you know how they usually have balloons up in the rafters, and when people win, they release them. That's going to be
Yeah.
oranges.
That'll be so sore. That'll be so painful.
Yeah.
Everyone in the
that-
crowd's getting knocked out.
Oh, goodness.
All right, let me just see. Are there any other questions coming in from the chat? Because that sort of drains out our question list for from the pre-chat stuff. Kia, Matt, is there anything else that you guys want to ask Petraeus? Well, we got the time.
No, I think it's been an awesome talk with you, man. It's good to hear from you again. Haven't actually seen you in years as well. So since that MSI tournament, I think, and Playtech. So yeah, it's quite cool to hear from you again, and good to know you're doing well.
Yeah, I guess if I had to ask anything else, it would be how. I mean, obviously we talked about how your parents reacted, and they supported you. But were you excited to tell all your friends, your teachers, your classmates that, hey guys, I'm going to go be a professional gamer. I'm going to go get paid money to play video games. How did that feel?
No, I wouldn't say I was excited. I'm not really a bragging person, I suppose. It's partly that, and also, I don't know. I don't know if it sounds as cool as it is if you understand it. It's like yeah, maybe not widely understood.
True.
So
It's still wicked though.
Yeah,
I gotta say, you're a bit much of the Dyrus of StarCraft too. Oh, it's brilliant. Just a League of
What?
Legends joke. It's a League of Legends joke. I'm horrible at that. Yeah.
yeah, I'd never touch that game.
Oh no, not with a 10-foot pole. That shot's called. Which is an interesting thing to say. What? Actually, we just got a question from the chat. What game would you play if it couldn't be SC2? Which we didn't really answer before because we're not going into the subject of SC2 dying. That's just not going to happen.
Absolutely not. I'm not sure. I have played like 3 games of Dota.
Oh
It's
yeah.
alright. But I don't know. I didn't get hooked. Although I know many like StarCraft players have gotten hooked. It does seem like a similar game. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I honestly don't play any games apart from StarCraft. So I would be taking like a wild guess in terms of what I would be maybe good at.
Yeah.
But just to, I guess, give an answer to the question, I don't know. Maybe I watched some Super Smash Brothers at MOG, and that looked pretty fun. So why not that?
Oh, that is pretty damn epic. You don't play too much Hearthstone?
No. Oh, that's the other game actually that a lot of StarCraft players play. No, I've never played that though.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of RNG going into it. I mean, it's hard to get into in that respect for competitiveness. Just a question from Mighty Kiwi here. Who's your favourite person in the Root Gaming House at the moment? It's gonna sound bad to the people sitting behind you. Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone's tuning in, so I might be safe. We'll go with Fenna, who arrived here maybe a few weeks ago. Yeah, but he's a pretty good guy.
Oh, the newcomers sticking together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got 2 Aussies and a New Zealander in the house now, so yeah, the invasion is definitely happening.
Slow but true.
Yep.
Oh, Tupac Eclipse wants to know, what's your opinion of Destiny and why do you love him?
It sounds like he's already answered the first question himself.
Little bit.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. I mean, Disney did some casting of the Roadhouse as part of Game On for MLG. And so, yeah, I got a chance to talk to him a bit. He's cool. I wouldn't say I love him.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know.
You had a
I
lot of
haven't got much
opportunity
to
to
say on that subject.
You've had a lot of opportunity to meet some real sort of known players and personalities, so that's a pretty cool aspect of it.
Yeah, for
getting into
sure.
it.
It's definitely, yeah, there's a lot more opportunities than just being trapped in the C scene.
Definitely.
More Twitter followers, all that good stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, just thanks so much for joining us, dude. And again, happy birthday.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
And that's
Yeah.
just crazy how it just ended up to fall on there. Like, this is just a time slot that we needed to take up, but birthday time. That's just wicked. Go enjoy some cake. Go get crazy in California. Go enjoy some oranges. Do you have an... Hey, do you like orange chocolate and like
An
orange cake?
cake.
Yes. Orange cake, yes.
With orange
I'd be
chocolate.
down for that.
Oh, so good. But in the meantime, if anybody wants to follow Petraeus and sort of get involved with what he's doing, help support him through the days of breaking out into the NA scene and just really dominating the next MLG, hell yeah. And Warcraft 4 is apparently a game everyone's hyped up about, but that's totally going to happen just in like a week's time. No. Then here's a little Facebook and Twitter and Twitch that you can follow just up on the screen there. If you're watching this on YouTube in the past, cheers as well. Is there anything else you want to add, Mack?
No, not really.
Message
Yeah,
to the
I
fans.
hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And yeah, save New Zealand esports.
Save New Zealand esports and bring it up, raise it up high.
They will do, mate.
Hell yeah.
I'll have
Also,
a big party with you.
Let's all move over to California. No. And just taking that in the Twitch chat at Root Gaming. Go and tweet them as well. That's the Root Gaming House, and go and support them too. But again, thanks everyone for joining us. But before we go, I'm just going to quickly share this. This is completely un-StarCraft 2 related, but up in Auckland, Aspect of Gaming, that's us by the way, that's us guys, joining up with Red Bull and Vector Arena to put on a viewing of the Dota 2 International number 4 tournament that's got almost a $10 million prize pool jumping in it. It's expected to jump over that. People are expecting it to go to 1.2 actually. It's just crazy. But if you want to hear about that, there's the event link just over in the Twitch chat. So please go check that out if you are in Auckland. Come visit us and come visit that event when tickets go live. It's wicked. Thanks for coming, everyone. Cheers.
No problem.
Indeed, Matt. See you, kid.
See you guys.
Alright, guys, have a good one.
Alright. You too. See ya.